And now, you're tuned into Tampa Bay's RBLR Sports.
Hi, hello, how are you? RBL Army. I still said that wrong. Dang it. I even wrote it down. RBL Army. There we go. Everyone else hates it. I love it. I think it's hilarious. How are you doing today, Tom DePinto?
Live, we direct. I'm feeling so many emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly good. The lacrosse team is
Okay.
good. The Sun didn't lose.
Okay.
The bad emotion. I got something in my eye still. I've been trying to blink
okay.
it out for the past hour. It's not working. It's
All
not going to happen. So
Cool. So
I'm
you're just going to have a real twitchy eye this whole time?
Yeah, I'm going to learn to live with it. That's just who I am now. It's part of my identity. I'm a guy with a thing in his eye. So shout out to my guys with things in their eye community. I'm one of you now. What?
There are dozens of you. Dozens.
Yeah. We're out there.
Okay. So you want to just go right into the match?
Real quick, we got to do one thing before the match.
All right.
Because it only makes sense. I understand. We had a new signing. The team did this at a really weird time. What?
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm so sorry. I was like, wait a minute. Haugen, she just played. She's new? What? When did they announce her?
She's brand new and she went 90 minutes. Exactly. Yes. Yes. We signed. Did she went all 90, right? Haugen.
Did.
Hold on.
She did get subbed out.
She went all 90. She went all 90.
Oh, she did. I apologize. Yes.
Two of the debutantes went all 90. Victoria Dory, they call her. I'm calling her Dory. It's funny. She's 22 years old. She's out of Virginia. Played for Virginia Tech. She was a Norwegian youth international.
I just saw your note.
Let's talk about Dory.
You couldn't have spelled it out for me more.
She played. Yeah, because she played on Saturday. Yeah, so it's important we mention her. So we don't mention her during the game, and people are like, "Wait, who is Haugen? What are we doing?" She is new to the team, but she's obviously good enough to hop right in and play 90 minutes. Yeah. So she, where did she play? She was in that new midfield. We're spilling the beans already a little bit here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was in that sort of new look, 5 across the middle midfield.
Yeah.
New for us. We're doing a 3-5-2, folks. Get with the program. Yes, Dory Haugen. She's out of Virginia. She played her youth ball for a club called FC Virginia, which I think is a good name. I think that's a good name for a team.
It's certainly a name.
Yes. They were at one point the top ranked youth club when she was there in the entire country, which there's a lot of those. So good. And then she ended up playing for Virginia Tech, the Hokies. She led the team in minutes in 2022, 2023. She's an Iron Woman. We saw it. She joined us, and already she's playing 90 minutes. So she's a solid. She's a workhorse of a defender, of a defensive midfielder. She does come to us by way of the North Carolina Courage, who I guess we're developing. She didn't come to us straight from them. I think she was a free agent, right? Does that seem right to you?
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think she was rostered.
No, she's had a weird. It's all there. She's had a weird relationship, but we're kind of developing something of an inter-club relationship with the Courage, with the Saudi thing, with Haugen now.
Specifically with their TST team, I guess.
Yes, very much their TST team. Which actually had Madison Wolfbauer was on that team too, who plays for DC, one of their better players. So
we're gonna sign her next, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, let me go check and see if we're following them on Instagram.
Yeah, the big thing to get out of that is watch the TSC coming up. Yes, evidently that's how we scout.
Yeah.
But she was a trialist in the preseason for the Courage last year. She ended up playing for them in the TST. She scored the game winner against Soccerhead, and then she got called up twice during the season as part of the NWSL's national team replacement thing, where if your national team players get called away to duty, you're allowed to call up some other players to fill in spots. And she did that for the Courage during the Olympics in July and again in August during the U20 World Cup. So she's been in their orbit since she graduated Virginia Tech. staying in that kind of mid-Atlantic region. Courage, you can say what you want about some of the NWSL teams, but Courage are one of the better ones. They run their team very well. They've got the trophy case to prove it. So to pull someone out of that orbit is a good thing. And let's get into the game, because Haugen went right out there and proved it. She was a solid player all 90. She was one of 5 players who made their debuts. We made a lot of moves during that 2-month break. And it showed, because we came out there with new personnel, new formation, new look, new attitude, same attitude, I think. I think we kind of had the same attitude. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same attitude. So close.
Yes. Yeah. It was. Yeah. It's starting to feel like a bit of a script where we come out hot. We come out real hot, sunny hot, and just we need to start converting something. Those first 30 minutes of a lot of games, especially this past game against Fort Lauderdale, we dominated, had possession deep in their end, passing the ball around, passes into the final third. We controlled the ball on their wings. If you look at the heat map of the game, it's sun yellow all the way down the sidelines, which is in no small part due to the 5 midfielders and the introduction of the new wing backs, which I think is good, because it plays into how our fullbacks, that's different, fullbacks and wing backs, they're different. But it plays into how our fullbacks typically played anyway, where they got very high. And we saw it on the right side more than anywhere, which isn't unusual. That was typically the thing, but more pronounced with the 5 middle, where Jordan Zade, who came onto the team, one of the debutantes, made a huge impression. And she was our second most advanced player upfield on that right wing back spot. So that's part of what we wanted to do, but we need to start using that possession, that domination, that the way we impose the game on other teams with our possession. Just got to start converting, because it does bite us. What was it, 0-0 heading into half?
Yes.
Yeah, and
and a lot of close calls. A lot of good things that happened. I have lots of notes for the first half. No goals.
Yeah. But no, yeah. So the 5 new players, Dory Haugen, we just mentioned her. We had Zade, who if you're a follower of the show, you may remember me gushing about in early January, and I'm proud to be proven correct and how impressive she was. Parker Goins subbed in fairly late, didn't get a chance to make too much of an impression, and the practice squad call-up Jackie Simpson also subbed in with about 2 minutes left on the clock, but we love to see it. And Liz, the 5th debutante, is
so we had Kaylin Marchese, and I'm about 99% sure I can pinpoint the moment when she may have re-injured herself briefly. We don't know anything more specific than that at this time. No one has told us anything. She is still going out and getting coffee on Instagram, so I feel like that's a good sign. Like, I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. I mean that, like, she's out and about. Like, that's a good thing. I mean
she's
that.
not in Tampa General right now,
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say that. You okay?
Yeah, I leave my window cracked and the biggest insect just introduced itself. We're good. We're good.
Where's Fafo? Why is he not doing his job?
He doesn't hunt. You know him.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So Marchese, I'm almost positive you could go back. You can go to about the 9th minute. Flo starts playing keep away in the corner. The ball moves around. There's a long ball to Marchese, and she starts backing up. She starts running backwards. I can almost guarantee that's what did it. Or that might be like when she might have just did it just the tiniest angle off for whatever reason, or just went a little too hard too fast, or but she comes out in about the 15th minute. She goes down with no contact, unfortunately. I say unfortunately. I don't want there to be contact, obviously. She goes down. I am sad, unfortunately. Yes. And Ashley Orcus to the rescue. She have to be subbed in. She's at the ready. And it was a bummer. We did see her coming back from the sidelines later on.
Yeah, just one trainer, so not being carried, not stretchered off, nothing.
Yeah.
Too serious. But when you come back from a months-long rehab program, you make your first start in front of your hometown crowd, and
I'm sure probably her family was there.
Yeah, and you have to be subbed out inside of 20 minutes. It's
freaking blows.
It's a bummer. It sucks.
Yeah.
When we found out, we were like, I think we were getting our burritos at Crazy Burrito. Shout out Crazy Burrito, friend of the pod.
And we saw them. We saw them. Marchese was starting. We're like, yes.
We were popping off in the Crazy Burrito. And, because if you watch the show, you know how much we love Ashley Orcus. But to get Kaylin Marchese into the flow of things, like we've been waiting for her
just to see what she can do. Like if she's she's supposedly our quote unquote, top. She's got the most experience from the quote unquote best team.
A hometown gal.
Let's see. Yeah.
And
it was just a bummer. I hate to keep I don't want to keep pooping, but she didn't even get to technically make a save, which leads me into another thing, by the way. I think every time the keeper touches a ball from the opponent, that should count as a save. And you can fight me.
I'm not going to physically fight you over this, but we can talk about it for a second.
No, fight me.
Let me get on my e-bike. I'll be down there in about 20 minutes.
All right, sounds good.
We'll do it after the show. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I feel you. As a goalie, I feel you. Not a save. It's just not.
Boo!
There should be. Here, I'll meet you halfway, because this is what I do in my head when I play. Saves are one thing. Saves are when the ball's going into the net and I say, no, don't.
Yes.
Okay, that's a save. I'm denying a goal. Collections. I keep track of collections in my head. When I go out and get the ball, if I pick it up off the guy because it was a bad touch, or if he's dribbling and I run and get it, I call that a collection. And it's still an important part of goalkeeping as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so I'll meet you halfway. I'll give collections out.
Okay.
I'll start tracking it on whenever I rewatch a game.
Okay.
We'll incorporate it. It's a real stat now.
Yay! Thank you.
Real stat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she, I think, and I'll have to check. I'll watch those 15, 18 minutes she was in the game. I think Kaylin Marchese registered a few collections.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Because I did actually go check the USL stat page, and it shows all the saves, even if you only have one. And I was like, is she gonna? She's not on the list.
No. And that's. I mean, I want to say it's part of the problem, but I don't know. They're kind of two unrelated things. One's emotional, one's analytical. But when we come out and we have such control of a game, and we play so well, where we have this possession, and our goalie doesn't have to do anything. And then she gets hurt. God, at least we could have been bad at the beginning of the game instead of the beginning of the second half, because then she could have done something.
Yeah. Well, then I'm worried she might have injured herself worse.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No good.
And now I'm super bummed because now she's going to be more hesitant to come back. So it's going to take even longer.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to keep an eye on it. But
I just feel so bad for her. I would just want to give her a hug. Damn, she just cannot catch a break. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was, like I said, one trainer on the shoulder, not two.
I know, but still.
Yeah. And I told her, hey, we love you, Kaylin. And she, little thumbs up.
Yeah. Yes. All the love from the heat wave for sure.
Yeah, we're there for you guys. But yeah, that's. It's a bummer way to start a game, especially being the better team. And then that happens. And it took the wind out of, I don't think it affected the team, to their credit. They didn't miss a beat. They kept on with what they were doing, but it did kind of take the wind out of our sails in the stands. We felt it.
Yeah.
We were happy to sing Ashley. We started singing all of our Ashley Orcus chants, even though Caitlin was still on the field suffering.
Yeah, and then I told everybody to be quiet because, oh my
Not to
goodness.
I know you're happy to see Ashley, but stop.
Yeah, but wait, we have someone injured and we don't want to make them more sad.
Yeah. We don't want to be like, thank God she's out of here. No.
Yeah.
Not that. But yeah. Orcus availed herself well. They're obviously, the script. A couple good goals from Fort Lauderdale. You can't.
Honestly, yeah, it was the 2 goals. Like, if you want to go at those, I think I actually had halfway decent notes.
The first one was Hamid, right? That's what Hamid.
Yep.
Yeah, and that
it's just an irritatingly nice goal. Like, it's just so pretty that you're just like, well, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Hardly warmed up. Still got like Skittles in her teeth, probably, and being asked to do something about a curler from outside, like
because I nothing against, or I love Orcus. Like, I am president of the Ashley Orcus fan club. Let's be real, but like she 100% had to be going into that game being like, okay, I'm gonna be sitting on the sidelines. I'm gonna get comfy. I got some Skittles, cool. And then 15 minutes in, oh, you're going in, by the way. Wait, what?
No.
Like, I'm assuming like most players, have a game day ritual, or they have like certain things that they do, whether they're superstitious or not, or just like habits, things that they do to get into game day mode.
Yeah, and absolutely something. There's a lot of things pregame you can do, and players do. A lot of pro athletes are real superstitious, and then once you get into the game, no matter whether or not you have a successful warm up, once you get into the game, you're still not game speed until you kind of interact with the flow of the game a little bit. For the field players, it's a little bit easier because you get a pass, you play a pass, and it's like, all right, with soccer. For a goalie, you have to make a save. This is for me. Pros are probably in there a little bit quicker than I am, but for me at least, I have to make a save before I'm actually like, okay, yes, we're in it now. I'm in the mode. And so for when did that goal happen? How long after she got subbed in? She got subbed in 18.
Oh no, yeah. So, and the goal was in the 54th minute.
Oh, that was well. Okay, regardless, she did do some stuff. That's right. Still, I don't care how warmed up you were. There's no making excuses or backing it up. Jasmine Hamid hit a, frankly, world-class goal. She had, I'm not going to name names, only because I didn't rewatch the game yet and can't. But whoever was marking her got put on ice skates and backed up. And she hit an incredible goal.
Okay, so I remember this one. Haugen was on her.
Okay.
And what Haugen could have done differently, and I was watching it with my boyfriend Mike. We were talking about this, and this is just, we think purely just comes from being a younger player, because Haugen was 22.
Yeah, she's not fresh out of college. She was with North Carolina, but did not play an NWSL game. Was kind of practicing.
Yeah, so she maybe should have just fouled her, like just to stop the flow of play. She was trying to follow her and then let her get too close to the box, and then got in the box, and then she shot.
Yeah, it is.
So if she had fouled her maybe a little bit sooner, we would have stopped the play. Maybe it wouldn't have happened. We don't know, but it just kind of felt like that Fort Lauderdale Fluted was a little more sharp in the second half, and we were kind of playing catch up, which was kind of weird because the first half it felt the opposite. It really felt like it wasn't just me too. It was, I was being nosy and listening to people behind me. And someone else was like, "Oh, they're not playing well at all." I was like, "No, I don't know what happened."
Yeah, I don't know if we came back out thinking we were going to do the same things we were doing. There's always that coaching chess match. And Tyrone Mears, to his credit, has proven himself to be a very good coach. He's got his. They're not a team of all-stars. This Fort Lauderdale team. I mean, they've brought on Jordan Balcom. She's come in. She's been very good. Addie McCain.
She didn't start.
No, she didn't start. She's still integrating.
Yeah.
Addie McCain is the Golden Boot leader, but that's not because Addie McCain is some international superstar. She's a player who's being put in a position to score goals, and I think
she also didn't
down
score.
She didn't. Yes, yeah. And we'll get into in a second how embarrassing the goal scorer is for somebody on this show, personally. But yeah, it does mean a lot about how he's talking to his team. He's fixing things at halftime. He obviously is. And I'm not going to say DSB got out coached by him or anything, because I don't think that's necessarily the case. And you can argue one way or the other. We did get lucky. Did we get lucky? 2 penalty kicks. A lot of people not watching the game would say yes, but watching the game, you would say, if you got that much possession, if you're getting the ball into the box that often, you can't be surprised you're going to come away with a penalty kick or two. I don't think that's luck when you're dominating the game for large stretches of it. It shouldn't be shocking. So a goal in the run of play would have been very nice, I would say. But goals at all, good. So yeah, the second goal, because it does come very quickly after the first goal, right? About 5 minutes or so?
2 minutes.
2
minutes. It's a crime, honestly. And this one was on like everyone, quite frankly. So
it was my fault. I'm gonna own up to it.
You definitely egged her on. You absolutely egged her on. I think you actually. I'm gonna go ahead and say you pissed her off. Yes. You did. Okay,
look,
Tom. Tell them your crimes. What did you do?
The thing about heckling is that, first of all, it's very fun. Second of all, the psychology of it. Some players hear the heckle. Some players tune the heckles out. Some players it doesn't do nothing to. They don't care. They hear it. They don't care. Or they don't hear it. They don't care. Some players get upset. It gets into their brains a little bit. They hear you. They don't like it. Some players, Shania Gordon is this third category. Some players hear the heckles and they use it. It is fuel. Going into the game, Shania Gordon led the USL Super League in shots with 27 and had not scored a goal. She had the most shots and the least goals. And that's not good for an offensive player. So my crime, my fault. Ashley, I apologize to you. Dory, Jordan, the other Jordan, Brooke, the other Brooke. I apologize to you guys. This was my fault. I made sure Shania Gordon knew, and boy, did she know, she heard me, that she had the most shots in the league without scoring a goal, and that was a bad thing. Because, man, she came out not a couple minutes after I yelled at her and scored a very good goal. A very good goal. Yeah.
Now, to be fair, it wasn't entirely your fault.
No.
Because I sat and I rewatched this goal a couple times. Huh?
I wasn't playing. Of course, it's not entirely my fault.
Yeah, not entire. Well, yeah,
you don't
but like
me that much. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, but you didn't have to scream her statistics at her.
I did. I can't help it.
No, you didn't.
I did. I had to. I wouldn't be me if I didn't do it.
I mean, okay, fair. That's okay. Yeah, you wouldn't be you, but you didn't have to. But
nobody else had to.
No.
But go ahead.
So Shania Gordon, wait. Actually, I'll let you tell it. What did Shania Gordon do after the goal, Tom?
She let me know that she heard me. Is what she did. She came. She took a couple steps backwards to celebrate with one teammate, and then immediately came over to the heat wave section and
it goes like this.
Up her ear. Yeah.
It was good.
One of these. She did. I think she did the ear and she did the come on now.
Yeah. It was good.
Fair. But at the same time, I will not be deterred. I will not stop. I will not give in to your terroristic demands. Now that I know you hear me, now that I know my paragraph-long heckles at times are being entirely heard by the players, I'm only bolstered. I'm only strengthened in my resolve. My mission is not over. There is war left to be fought, and I shall fight it.
Okay.
And we're bringing the fight to Fort Lauderdale because the next game's down there. And I've seen how many.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a rivalry now.
I've seen how many people they'll hear me.
Yeah. It's we haven't even when I don't even remember. Okay, no, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Wait, I'm not done.
You can tell.
I'm not done.
Yeah.
I got notes. I'm not done. I'm worked up.
No, I know. I'm aware.
She's not in my head. She's not in my head. I'm in her head.
Okay.
Shania Gordon, you still have 1 goal and 29 shots. Okay? This is a personal rivalry now between me and her. She has 29 shots and 1 goal. That's not good still. You got to work that number up still. You got to get a couple goals in a row. You know, behind her, second in the league in shots, is Carly Jamona. 27 shots, okay? Second in the league behind Addie McCain in goals, Carly Jamona, 6 goals. That is called consistency. That's what a real striker does. That's what a real forward does. That's what a real offensive midfielder does. You score goals when you shoot. Shania, I'll see you at Beyond Bankard. In the shadow of the Nova Southeastern University Interprofessional Health Simulation Center. Still got it.
Oh my God, I can't believe you remembered that because I did not.
Hey, I'm on it now.
Amazing.
And Carly Jamona is going to pass Addie McCain. She's catching up. 2 more goals she ties. Liz, would you like to talk about?
But not in this next game, according to your score prediction.
Easy on the spoilers. Would you like to talk about why this game is definitely a rivalry? Why this series isn't
not
just
yet. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. No, I need to call out some people first. Hold on. Okay. So that second goal, though, was atrocious for several reasons. And I'm so sorry. But like Nacello was like way too far into the center. She was not on Gordon at all. No one was covering her.
No one was on her.
Okay. And then even then, Addie McCain, she could have passed to Shania Gordon or I didn't put her first name. I apologize. Lindahl. So it would have been a goal no matter what, because no one was covering either one of those people.
Yeah. Are we calling out the defense? Because it was a little, at times, twice especially, it was a little Swiss cheesy.
Yeah.
And that, look, new formation.
Other good things were happening.
There was a lot of good. But look, new formation, Liz. 3 at the back. If there's a time to be Swiss cheesy, it's when you're running a 3-back system for the very first time. I would prefer that not be in a derby game. I would prefer that not be in the only game happening in the league where everybody's watching. But the fact of the matter is, we weren't able to track back at times, and it bit us twice. If you look at the XG for the game, we had like 2.57 with all our possession and dominance. They had like 0.56, 0.48, something little.
Not even 1.
Not
Less
even
than 1.
1. Mathematically, they were not expected to score a goal. But when we get so far forward like we do, and we only have 3 in the back, it only takes 1 opportunity to score a goal, and that's what happened twice. So I can't be too upset because I have faith that DSB is going to right the ship. This isn't a panic situation by any stretch of the imagination.
Nah.
But it'll be interesting to see Saturday against Dallas. Do we stay with the formation? Do we go back to a deeper back line, a wider back line? Because I like the idea, because it makes sense the way we were getting forward. And now that we don't have Stouty, we don't have Almendarez, the big changes in our personnel are at not Paige, sorry, Edmonds.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute. No, she played.
Yes. Now that Stouty's gone and Zade's in, and that Edmonds is gone and Paige is in on the left, it changes the philosophy of the players. It changes what they like to do as individuals. And so if that fits in to this super advanced sideline type player thing that Denise wants to do, then I want to see that work, because that could create some pretty football. And especially looking ahead a little bit, jumping ahead of ourselves a little bit, Dallas is a very good pressing team. A good way to break that press is with an advanced wingback, with Jordan Zade getting very far ahead, with Brooke Denisick hitting pingers out there, because that gives a chance for the wings to get high and for like Sydney DeCello to come inside, to tuck in, to invert, and play around with Tosh, with Carly. So it's something to think about. You can identify the problem, but you can also see the philosophy that created the problem and how it can be a good thing going forward, I think. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I like to think it did. Man, those goals. They were nice goals.
They were.
You can't.
That's what's even more frustrating, is they were so pretty. It's not like they were like crappy, like, oh, we're gonna fumble it into the goal barely. There's like 18 people in the box kind of goal. No, beautiful.
Yeah.
Textbook almost.
Goal scorers goals. So it is what it is. But let's get into it. Let's hit it. Let's Liz, tell them why it's a rivalry.
So around, wait, where is this? Is this the 70th minute? In my defense, I literally have Nacello fouled for the 5th time now.
Yeah. Every other note is foul. So
yeah,
that's why it's a rivalry, but especially the big one.
Yeah. So if you've gone back and watched, Nacello gets fouled hard. Oh wait, that wasn't it, because hers was on the sidelines.
The left side. Nacello switches.
There we go. It was the 85th. I apologize. It's the 6th foul on Nacello. My bad. The 5th one gave us a PK. So actually, we can go back to that. We're going to go in the timeline. So that gives us our first PK, which God bless Carly Giamona. She takes it, scores.
Yep.
We love her.
Love her. Italian excellence, baby.
Yes. Jordan Baucom, just a side note, Jordan Baucom comes on in between the 71st and the 74th minute. I didn't put what minute, but she looks so much happier.
What's her first name?
Jorian.
Okay. Just making sure you're not Jordan.
I might have said Jordan. I apologize, Jorian. My bad, Jorian.
Yes.
Sorry.
Shout out, Jorian. Glad you're out of prison.
Oh yeah, she looks a lot happier though. Like just like going onto the field, just general demeanor. She looked so sad when she was playing for DC.
Yeah, the body language between her and Audie and her wearing a Fort Lauderdale uniform is night and day. It's pretty crazy.
Sorry, we were 85th minute. Okay, so Nacello gets, and if you go back and watch it, and I went back and watched it several times, I slowed it down, I watched the different angles. Nacello just basically, she gets clipped by the elbow.
Yeah.
She gets elbowed in the face, basically, by Vaca. It absolutely should have been a red.
Yeah, you can't do that if you know someone's behind you. And you did.
You can tell she kind of used the momentum to make it look like her arm was just sort of moving.
Yeah,
but she swung it.
The box out thing, but no. Yeah.
You had to have, because unless you were moving it like so, you had to be whipping around then like so fast, but then have no body control, which is still should have been a red.
Reckless. I think maybe that's what the referee saw is, she was a little reckless with it, and that's a yellow. But the fact of the matter is, to me, you look at the player getting fouled. I don't think this is a good thing for a referee to get into, But as a fan, you look at who got fouled and the aftermath. Sydney Nasello had already been fouled minimum 5 times this game. And she's fouled minimum 2-3 times every single game she's out there because she's dribble hard and people don't like it when she dribbles hard at them. So it happens to her. But the thing is, she doesn't go down and stay down and come off the field when she's fouled. That was a real foul. Big stretch.
Oh.
Sydney Nasello was really hurt because she doesn't play that. She doesn't play that fishing, diving type game. She's not that player.
No.
So for that to happen, and
no, oh my God, she strikes me as the type she would rather die than just than go down.
Yeah.
than lose the ball.
I feel like sometimes she needs like her eyeball hanging out, like to be like, yeah, I should leave, I guess. Yeah. She was, and then when they finally got her up and they were walking her off towards the like the elbow is one thing that doesn't a rivalry make. It's just a kind of a dirty play, Leveni. But what do make a rivalry is what happened when Sydney was off the field and getting walked to the locker room. Yes, who was talking?
Vaca starts talking shit.
Yeah. On Sydney's way out while she's still in the play. She'd been assessing.
While she's bleeding.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, at the very least, like, there was some contact.
You hit her.
Because she didn't hit herself in the face. That was pretty obvious.
She doesn't have a razor blade. This ain't pro wrestling. She doesn't have a razor blade tucked into her wristband.
Yeah, I don't understand the just lack of compassion for another human being where you're like, oh, that person's bleeding. I'm going to talk shit now.
Right. And yeah.
Like, regardless. And then they got the ball. So what the hell do you even care?
Thank you. She got assessed the yellow card, which at the bare minimum, yes. You elbowed somebody in the face. It has to be a yellow. But they got, is there something on the league website we can check or something? Because what is the call?
I don't know. Someone said like the ball could have technically bounced off Nasello, and that technically means they get possession.
It wasn't a throw in, it was a free kick. Yeah. So
some bullshit.
We got.
I don't know. I tweeted at Christina Uncle. She didn't answer.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna answer that one. But if you missed this game, you missed something you don't see all that often. A player injuring someone to the point where they have to leave, and we got another substitution because of the concussion protocol. So you missed somebody possibly giving someone a concussion, getting a yellow card for it, but then also getting a free kick from the spot where the foul was committed for their team, which I cannot begin to wrap my mind around. Because that means, Liz, that means foul on Sydney, right? For the free kick to happen. But it also means foul on Vaca for the yellow card to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. She popped herself in the face, but then Vaca also gets a foul. I don't know, man.
Maybe she Sydney hurt herself. That's what happened. And then Vaca got yellow card.
Night felt like we were getting cards and they were getting talking tos.
Yes, which you can't
blame. I'm sorry.
You can't blame. That's our one. You can't blame. You've been using all of them lately, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just a girl.
I'm so sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you can't blame the refs, but it does get frustrating, and I think we had a lot of reasons to be frustrated when we're the dominant team, possession-wise, shot-wise.
Which like Fort Lauderdale hit the weight room. You guys go down like
a Polish submarine. No, that's not technically good either.
No, I did like I'm just gonna pat myself on the back. I like my joke of haha, they have to share the weight room. Can't get scheduled, can't get time.
Nova Southeastern and the volleyball team too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the men's team.
Yep.
Or is that yeah.
We are going to talk about that. But yeah, congratulations on the men's team, you guys. Weird, but okay. Glad there's more opportunities for men to play soccer.
Yeah. Sorry for context. The Sun don't have to share their training facilities with anyone at the moment. They have free reign whenever they need to. There's no scheduling. Sorry, that was a big brag.
Now that the Charleston Battery are gone, we don't have to share with anybody.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Normally, we don't have to share.
But again, how nice and how cool that our facilities are good enough that a USL Championship team comes down and faces themselves out of our Super League facility.
Well, technically, they're a division below us.
Oh, yeah, they're D2.
Yeah.
It's gross. We let them touch our stuff.
Yeah.
Sanitize everything. But yeah, so that's what it was. So at that point, what was the score at that point when the foul and the yellow card happened and the cell had to come off?
We're at 2-1.
Okay. So we get another.
Yes, we get another in the 90th plus 5th, but I need to go back for 1 second because wait, where is it? Oh, I don't remember. I didn't put her first name. I'm so sorry. C. Brooks on Fort Lauderdale United is adorable.
It's a horse's name.
C. Brooks?
C. Brooks.
No. Like I only put her first initial. I'm sorry.
I'm doing a Seabiscuit thing.
Oh, okay. Well, Brooks is adorable. She skipped on and her hair was like bouncing. She was so cute. I had to touch on that.
Stop. Don't do this.
But she was so cute.
How are we going to talk about how this is a rivalry and you're going to go, oh, and Brooks is adorable. Don't do that. She's not. She's gross.
She's not gross, though.
You can't? No. You can't
do
this.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
For every other team in the league, you can do this. Not for Fort Lauderdale.
I hate them during the 90 minutes. And other than that, come on now. We don't do that misogynistic stuff here.
I'm not doing a misogyny. I hope their volleyball team loses every game they play.
Well, that's funny.
That's pretty funny, yeah.
That's because I have a volleyball team and they should be sporting club, Fort Lauderdale Sporting Club.
Fort Lauderdale. But all right. Move on from your crush on the Fort Lauderdale player. Where's our goal?
I apologize. A proper rivalry. All right. So 90 plus 5th, Ashley Clark gets fouled in the box.
90 plus 5 is crazy. It was plus 8.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's
it was supposed to be. It was supposed to. Oh, yeah. So we didn't know what the time was till we watched it. It went to 100 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. It went to 100 minutes because I'm assuming because of the foul in the box happening in extra time. Flo takes the shot, beautifully placed. However, it is noted that her placement will not work on Sydney Martinez if she is in goal. It was she's got to go higher or in the I feel like for Sydney Martinez you got to go like at an angle in like you got to like postage stamp it almost because of how like tall she is and how long her arms are. Where it was for the keeper then was perfect. It was just out of her reach.
For Cassette Marsh, the Fort Lauderdale goalie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But she's a little bit shorter, and Sydney Martinez is a beautifully tall Amazon. So
I think we're both clouded by how much we like Sydney Martinez here. But hey,
I think I'm clouded by how much I love all women in the soccer league.
Yeah, I think every
except Vaca. I don't like Vaca right now.
Every woman is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 90 plus 5 after the ref had allotted us 8 minutes is crazy. To say I was not sweating would be a lie, and not because of the August Florida sun heat. Yes, this was a nail biter, folks. But man, and then Orcus at the very end of the game, when I was on pins and needles, when I was at my most terrified, when things seemed not the darkest, but the most precipitous, the most precarious for me. Who was there to carry me across the river of flames? Who was there to shuttle me, to ferry me across the river Styx? Ashley Orcus was. She came up huge with a couple big, I think 2 big saves.
Yeah.
we had scored in 95.
Yeah.
To keep it a 2-2 draw. So she, you give up 2 goals, 2 world-class goals after not expecting to play, after hoping to just sort of eat your Skittles. But to come on and seal the deal that definitively, it's things like that that make her a fan favorite.
Yeah. She did. She stepped up and she showed up, and thank God.
Yeah. It was the one it was low to her left. I don't know if it was a header off the set piece or what it was, but it was a foot off the line, and she got fully down to her left side to get both hands on the ball. And I think that's when I exhaled and said the game's over. She did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was down. It was 100 minutes of excitement and worry. This was everything you could have asked for out of a derby game, out of a first game back. This was one of the better soccer games I've ever watched in person, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Wish we could have done better, but also glad that Fort Lauderdale did worse.
Yeah. With that caveat, probably the best draw I've ever seen in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, no love lost between DSB and the fluted coach because they had the world's fastest handshake at the end. It was kind of funny.
All part of the rivalry.
I don't even think they made eye contact.
He basically slapped hands like, yep. See you later.
Well, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's anything. There's no animosity or anything. It was just like, all right, game's over.
Yep. See you later. I got business to do. I got to talk to my team.
Yep.
I think it's the character of both coaches. Where if you can't tell, I'm impressed by Tyrone Mears coming in he's a first-time pro coach. He's done stuff at the academy level down there, but not as a professional coach. And he's got his team clicking. I'm hats off to him.
Yeah.
I mean, DSB first-time professional coach too. She's been the USF coach for the past millennia, but that's college. So, yeah, statistically speaking, out of that game, Carly, do we want to do this now? Producer, you ready? You got the graphics ready to go? Statistically speaking, Carly Jamona had one of the best games of her career. Just being involved, converting from the spot, making things happen. And that's why Carly, Italian Excellence Jamona, is Tom's player of the match. Yeah, she's been such a huge part of the team since she's been available. I think having her and not having her, there's a difference of multiple gains, one loss if we don't have Carly Jamona on the team. She's second in the league for goals, second in the league for shots. Everything flows through her for a good reason. She's really making a name for herself in the Super League. This is what the league's for. And these sort of moments in these tight derby games, it's what Carly's made for. So she rocks. Can't get enough.
All right. My player of the match, because I think she came out, truly just came out swinging in her first match, played all 90 minutes, I believe. Yeah. And I mean, she has an awesome front flip into a throw. I mean, it's Jordan Zade. It's Zade. But honestly, if you go back, you watch that game, she is like, and I have this in my notes, she is like a doppelganger of Sydney, like just like a little bit younger doppelganger of Sydney Nasello, honestly. She's got that same drive going up and down the field, no matter how far or how long it takes for her to get the dang ball. Like I like her a lot. I think I know I was sad that we for the players that we lost, but I think all of of all the signings, I definitely can say that this one has paid off exponentially. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's.
I like her attitude. I like the way she plays. I like her foresight when she's watching. You can see how she's like predicting what's going to happen next. I'm a fan.
Yeah. I couldn't get enough of her when I was watching her highlights at Nebraska. She's a player that fits our philosophy so well, and she's living up to all of it. That Liz, that was her first professional game. Did it look like it?
No.
Yeah.
No, it did not.
Exactly. So I'm right there with you. A huge fan of Zade, and not just because of the flip throw.
But it's pretty cool.
But it helps a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so that's man, we got deep into that one, but that's what happens when it's our first game for 2 months, you know.
Yes.
We do have another game coming up this Saturday, 6 o'clock kickoff Eastern time.
6:30.
6:30, cool. And that is against Dallas Trinity, who we have a sort of budding rivalry with as well, non-geographically based, but first team we ever played, first team they ever played was us. A lot of good games between the two teams so far in the short history of the series. It's gonna be an interesting one. I personally am very excited, and I think a lot of people should be, to see the debut of Lexi Massima for Dallas. She's a player who blew up the record book at UT at Texas Longhorns, was going to sign with NWSL if you asked anybody in the world. And instead of signing with the NWSL, she chose to stay at home. She's a Dallas girl and sign with the local Dallas team. Stay with the coach she knows. Stay with players she played with before. Stay near her family. It's why we need this league. I don't want to sound like USL Super League propaganda, but I also do, just in case Amanda Vandervoort is watching. But that's why we need this league. And she is a huge player. She's played at every level of the youth national team. She was in the futures camp that we had just recently for the senior national team. And the big question for Dallas is if Lexi Massimo can step in as a first-time professional player and pick up the slack of Sam Meza, who her loan is up. She's gone. What are your feelings about Dallas?
Apparently better than yours.
What do you mean better?
Because I think we're gonna win.
Oh my God, you're getting right into that. You're just gonna try.
Yeah.
Just gonna try to shame me, hammer me. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I have something in my eye. Did you forget that?
Yeah. Because I don't care. Because I love the
Listen.
Suns.
Wow.
Let's go the Suns.
Stop doing the Amsterdam. Stop doing the Amsterdam. What are you, Brooklyn?
Yeah. Let's go the Suns.
go the
Visit
Suns.
shop.rblrsports.com. Use Heatwave for 10% off. Look at the cool shirts. Let's go the Sun.
New one. LGTS. Let's go the Sun.
Let's go the Sun.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Tactically speaking, Dallas is a very good pressing team. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. How are we going to break that press? How are we going to deal with that? We haven't been able to seal the deal against the Trinity before. I think the press is going to come off the back of these two fullbacks, these two wingbacks, especially Jordan Zade. As a young professional, I think this is going to be a very important game for Jordan Zade. I think it's going to be up to her in no small part to get up the field and help break this. We know we're a good possession team. We know our back line can pass well. But the fact of the matter is, Dallas is maybe the best pressing team in the Super League. We are going to rely on passing the ball around, manipulating their press, and finding someone open. And if we can get that someone open to be Jordan Zade up the right sideline, and then find some interplay interior-wise, that's how we can do it. But it's going to be a big test of character for this back line that's seen some changes. It's going to be a big test of character for the midfield to see if they've fully gelled, if everybody's on the same page now, because they've all been here long enough. And it's going to be a big test of character for a young pro in Jordan Zade. It's a good game to get right now against a good Dallas side to prove that we know what we want to do and that we can do it.
Yeah, no, honestly, I can't agree more. I think the only other team that might be better to play right now might be Lexington. But I do like that we'll get to see what Dallas can do without Sam Meza. Like, you're right, she was basically their standout player. And without her, let's see how they mesh. Let's see if they can still gel. Let's see if they need a game or two to get back in the swing of things too. We can take advantage of that.
Yeah, because we're the only team. Us and Fort Lauderdale, we're the only ones who have played.
Yeah, we're the only ones who got warm, so woohoo.
Yeah. So, yes, score predictions. You want to hit it?
Yes, I think we're going to come out swinging, and I think we're going to have a 3-2 win.
Yep.
Because I am optimistic.
I like that. That's a high-scoring game. It's an exciting game.
Mm-hmm.
And James crunched the numbers. You're the best at this. You were the best predictor on the in the RBL Army. Me, I'm the worst. So consider this a favor. I'm picking a 1-1 draw. I think we kind of do what we want to do, but not really. But the defense is stout enough to not, force Dallas in the positions they don't want to be. It's a good back and forth game. If you like tactical soccer, you're going to have a decent time. If you don't, I think you're going to not enjoy it. But I'm evidently an idiot who knows nothing.
I didn't say that.
The numbers said that. You didn't have to.
Okay.
The other ones, I'll cover Eureka if you will take James's. This is a joke. This is a joke. Because super producer Eureka, oh ye of little faith. He thinks we're gonna go on the road. He thinks we're not good on the road. He thinks we're gonna lose 2-1 to a cold Dallas team.
Yeah. So does James.
So does James.
So let it be known, I am the only one who has faith in this team.
Hey, I've got a little bit. I predicted a draw. All right. Let's get into the rest of the league now that we're done with the team that we like. Let's talk about what all these other weirdos are up to in the Super League.
Oh yeah, like Fluted being like, haha, we're gonna play Gotham first. You're gonna play Gotham, we're gonna do it first now. Apologies to people listening with headphones.
This is why it's a rivalry.
This was just rude, honestly. Like, Did you really just come out and be like, oh, we can't let the sun do the first thing again?
Yeah. So we announced the first ever NWSL versus Super League game. We're going to play Gotham now that they're trending down here in Florida, based out of IMG, makes perfect sense. We're right near IMG. We're a cool team that everyone likes. We're the first to have a logo, first to sign a player, first to have a coach. Of course, we're going to be the first. Yeah, best logo. Of course, we're going to be the first to play an NWSL team. Why wouldn't we? We're the Tampa Bay Sun.
We have the best president who gets on this kind of stuff.
Thank you. Little sister Fluted down there in Davie. What does she do? She announces.
I do that too.
You're playing Gotham? I want to play Gotham. She announces a game against Gotham. What? 4 days before they play us?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Have some dignity.
It's fine because ours will be better attended.
You're not wrong about that.
I said it and I'm not taking it back.
Yeah. Shout out to the ECC. I know you guys brought some people up to Blake. Talk to your casuals.
Yeah.
Talk to your casuals.
Go get your people on this. Come on.
I like
sell out make a fool out of me. Sell out this game.
Oh my God, right? Could you imagine? Can we keep being mad about Fort Lauderdale? Because the next bullet point here is me being bad about Fort Lauderdale still.
All right. Well, then, yes, continue.
Oh, these guys, these people down there.
Those guys.
Those folks. They announced that they are getting a USLW League amateur team to help integrate their academy on the Path to Pro. Hashtag Path to Pro. And they're getting a League 2 team. Now they got a men's side. Of course, they did have a very successful season with their U20 USL Academy team. But now they're going to have a way to onboard those boys into a League 2 program, which will be coming up here to the Tampa Bay area to play St. Petersburg FC. If you're a fan of the Tampa Bay Sun, you are cordially invited to Eckford College to root against Fort Lauderdale this coming summer. But yeah, man, now they got a Super League team. Now they got a League 2 team. Now they got a W League team. Now they got a volleyball team. I don't want to give them credit. I am not one to give my rivals credit, but man, they're doing some things.
Yeah.
And part of the League 2 thing is that I have heard word upon the streets be that they are angling for League 1 eventually as well, a pro men's side. Would make sense. Both teams League 1, the third division.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
So they'll have a rivalry with Naples right there.
Okay.
Both teams that are confirmed, the W and the 2 teams, are going to play at the same stadium that the Super League team plays at, which is cool. And the big problem when this was first announced,
they're never getting in the weight room, are they?
Yeah, right. That thing's gonna be packed. There's gonna be, you got to take numbers. They're gonna have like a Disney.
It's the fast pass thing. You have to open it up first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Be like, oh, maybe I can get gym time today.
I want to use that. Yeah, and so when they first announced this, I was like, man, I think it would be cool if the Sun got a W League team too. And then the USL W League put out their division alignment, and Tampa Bay United is not in the W League anymore. And this to me isn't like funny. This is a problem with the ecosystem of soccer in Tampa Bay. There is now no amateur, pre-professional, whatever you want to call it, team for women to play on. You know, you can go, I mean, you got to Lakeland. That's technically sort of Tampa Bay area. Other people will spit on me and call me stupid for saying that, but hey, I'm used to it now. But the fact of the matter is, now that Tampa Bay United is not filling that spot, I am formally demanding a Tampa Bay Sun W League team next season. We have the foundations of it. We have the practice squad that is real and exists, and I love it. We have our academy players who are going off all over Georgetown and all over the place to play after already having league minutes. And we have the direct tie with USF to bring those players in during their offseason in the summer. We have the makings of a legitimately extremely competitive amateur USL W League team, and it's not there. And it's not there for us, and it's not there for Tampa Bay United. It's not there for Tampa Bay. And that's a bad thing for the development of our local players. So the Sun, as the local pro team, are beholden to step in and fix this gap in the ecosystem. If you're going to have a pro team, you're going to build the sport up. The sport is women's soccer. And if you don't have a pathway for women's soccer to operate, what good does having the pro team do? You know, it creates opportunities for players. And yes, some USF girls are coming out and signing with us, and that's good. And it creates more opportunities for people in general. Marcelo is a local, Timrack, right? But we need to be able to build players. We don't have a proper academy that plays academy games. We have academy players that are signed to contracts. The fact of the matter is, if we are serious about this, we need to build that pyramid in our club. We need a USL W League team next year. I'm not saying we need a men's side. I'm not saying we need a League 2 like Fort Lauderdale's doing. But we need, I'm using that word intentionally, we need a W League team next summer.
I would be surprised if we don't have one, quite frankly.
I hope.
I would be surprised.
I would.
This doesn't feel like a club that does anything accidentally.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like everything has a purpose, and it would, for all the reasons you just said, it would make absolutely no sense to not have a W League team. And that would also explain where TBU went. Maybe they were like, hey, we're going to do this now. TBU, come to us or something like that. I don't know. I admit that I don't understand and how any of those work.
Because TBU is out of League 2 on the men's side too. So I don't know what's going on there. But but it is something that, yes, we don't rush into things as a club, but we'd like to be the first, but it doesn't mean we're rushing into it. We vet what we're doing. The League 2 thing from Fort Lauderdale, makes sense because their boys academy team has been playing for a number of months. So you can't be too shocked, but at the same time, it puts the onus on us to develop that a little bit more.
Yeah. Also, super producer Eureka came up with 2 very cute names. We could have the Dawn.
I love that.
Or the Sunrise.
Yes.
Very cute names. Just saying.
I love the Tampa Bay Dawn. I think that's a great name.
I do too. Yeah.
I lied. There is a little bit more Sun news actually. This just happened like yesterday.
Oh yeah, this happened. Yeah.
Yeah. They did a fun little video. Guess who? One of the assistant coaches, where the players snuck up behind him and said hi, and he had to guess who it was based off their voice. But the real meat of that is that 3 of those players are not on our roster. They are practice squad. Somebody out there is listening to us whine into our microphones, and they heard, oh, you want to know who's on the practice squad? I'll give you 3. All right. So
yeah, hopefully they made it to the hour mark this time.
Yeah, right. Because man, we're going right now. But so let's say I shout out to our practice squad players. Number 1, defensive midfielder, defender/midfielder, Peyton Felton, 2024 grad of USF. Makes perfect sense. Number 2, defender, Bree Blevin, 2019 USF grad. She was on my wish list for players back then because she played for TBU in 2024. Rest of their souls, they're gone. She played for the Tampa Bay Strikers, the indoor team. If anybody remembers them, hats off to you for that.
Rest their souls, they're gone.
They're gone. The state of women's soccer. And also she was a teammate. Yeah, come on. This is mine. She was a teammate with Sydney Nacello on the Florida Tropics back in 2019. Bless their souls. They're gone.
They're gone? Yeah.
And the other one is kind of a surprise, actually. Midfield/forward, Jilly Shimkin. She just graduated from Texas. She's participated in national team camps from the U14 to U23 level, and also the futsal national team. So that's a nice little piece to have in the back pocket.
Yeah.
That's as far as we know, that's our practice squad. Cool to have. Welcome to the team, y'all.
Hopefully you get an upgrade like Jackie Simpson.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Liz, you want to lightning round the last couple things from around the league?
Sure. All right. So Mariah Lee, who, God bless her, was just not doing well with DC, left DC and is now signed for the Vancouver Rise in the Northern Super League in Canada. Go her. I hope she's very happy and very successful there.
Yes. I'm rooting for the Ottawa Rapid in the Northern Super League, but I am also rooting for Mariah Lee. God bless you. Have fun up there.
Yeah. The Washington Spirit loaned 2 people to the Dallas Trinity. We have a midfielder, Deborah Abiodun. I think I said that right. I'm not sure. And forward, Tamara Bolt.
Both brand new rookies, so it's they're unproven at the professional level, but it goes to show the character of Dallas as a club, as an organization, where the Spirit are willing to send them straight there to develop for their first pro year, first pro half year, the 2025 spring season. But yeah, good
they're like, let them cook for half a season, then we'll take them back.
Put them on the burner. I want to see what they smell like when they open up a little bit. But yeah. So and again, very funny that they were not loaned to DC Power.
But maybe good for them.
Right, good for them in the long run. Is probably better to develop in Dallas.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Lexington signed another midfielder, Libby Moore, who played for Shelburne in Ireland, and then Fortuna Hjoring. Okay, from Denmark.
Yeah. So yeah, not a new pro, but new to America. Once again, thanks Super League, bringing our girls back home. And yeah, that brings. I thought it had brought their roster up in Lexington to 33, but a Lexington fan did correct me that they released 2 people somewhere along the line. So they're sitting at like 30 or 31 players, which is still the most in the league. I don't know how they manage that.
It's the same way they managed to have the most shots in the league or something like that.
Yeah, that's a fun team, man. I love Lexington. They're crazy.
Statistically, they are just
they are made of outliers. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, and you want to finish off talking about the other game in the league? You want a quick fire prediction at this?
Sure. So we have the only other match this weekend, and I don't know why they didn't time it better, but they definitely should have. But it's at 7 p.m. on Saturday. It is Carolina versus Lexington. And judging by how cocky some of the people in the USL Super League subreddit have been about Carolina, they better win.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be all cocky about the playoff teams only. You're 1 point ahead of us, but okay.
Yeah, you've been dropping points for the past month and a half, but I think Carolina rights the ship only a little bit with the break. I think Lexington is too fun, exciting.
I think they're gonna win, and I hope Riley Parker gets a goal.
I hope Riley Parker gets a goal. I got this as a 2-2 game with Lexington scoring in like, I don't know, the 98th minute off of some insane, unpredictable, bullshit.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll say, I think I want to say 2-1 to Carolina. I feel like they're going to come out swinging. I feel like they're due for an upturn.
They got something to prove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have Riley Parker, so like.
God, I hope she does well.
I just want her to score so many goals.
She deserves it.
Not against us.
She doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's 6:30.
Make sure you like, subscribe, hit all the buttons so that you follow us on RBLR Sports on YouTube, so you can see our beautiful faces and the beautiful Fafo. And then at RBLR Sun FC on all the other places, especially Blue Skis, which is where we talk a lot.
Follow us personally too.
Oh, and then follow us personally. Wait, there we go. Follow us personally. There we go. Yay. Cool.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning into this presentation by RBLR Sports. On your way out of the stadium, please remember to like and subscribe.